Ooh, there I am. Hi. All right. So, guess what, guys? I've been going live every couple of days for the last several weeks. I've been calling this Tips and Tricks Thursdays, but I think it's time for a change. So, I'm going to change the name to Thriving Thursdays. And Thriving Thursdays is going to be about all the steps you need to take to thrive as an independent artist and creative. I'm Eris Creates, and I teach independent artists and creatives how to never have to choose between their art and their income again over at artpreneurs.com. And I'm excited to bring this knowledge to you. I've been going live with information about how to run your creative career or your art business. And I think it's a really big, important thing to talk about. And there are so many people who want to do something for themselves and stay independent, as in not getting a job and not getting a contract with someone else in order to, find their success. I got frizz hair too. Ooh, trying to like smooth that out, but that's not important because that's not what you're here for. What you're here for is to hear about today's Thriving Thursday. And today I want to talk about investing in yourself. I want to talk about what investment looks like and how are you doing it and how are other people investing in you and your art career and your creativity. So I had this conversation with one of my guest experts at the Artpreneur Summit coming up next weekend. Make sure you grab your free ticket. We're giving out complimentary passes. You can just go to artpreneurs.com/summit to find out how. And the comment came up about how he was being supported by somebody who threw down some money for something he needed to create his album. I thought, that's an interesting thought. He said, I'm investing in you. And I thought, well, that's funny because what is an investment? To me, an investment was something different. An investment, when you invest in something, you expect an ROI, a return on your investment. Investors don't throw money at causes and hope that it does something nice for the world, but they don't want something back. Investing is when you're working towards something and you want an end goal, you want something outcome from it. Now, it doesn't always have to be money. Investment can be in a lot of ways measured. ROI can be measured specifically in many different ways. Now, most of the time we hear the word investing with people who are in finance. They're in money, they're looking for some sort of financial return on their money. A lot of ways to invest in yourself. And you as an artist or a creative probably have invested thousands of hours of your life in your craft. So first thing I want to talk about is remember there's more than your craft in your art career, in your creative business. When you start to want to strive for something bigger, you want to create something sustainable for yourself, an income that you can count on. It's no longer just create and just work on how good you are. Now that's super important. You do have to be good. You can't be putting something out there that you're not proud of or happy with, or that doesn't match the market, or that is not as good as a number of other creatives are putting out there. Different is often better than trying to match the market, by the way, but that's for another day. But I'm talking about investing in other parts of your career or business. What are those other parts? Those other parts are often the things that we don't want to do. They aren't so fun at first. In fact, one of my goals here is to teach you the other parts of your creative career management or business management and make it fun, because it doesn't have to be scary and it doesn't have to be something that you don't really understand. I think the fear comes from not understanding. So once you're working on your craft and you're really knowing that you've got something to stand on, you've got some talent that you've honed, you've got a type of work that you do, you've got something that you want to share with the world, then you have to worry about the other side of it. And the other is awareness. It is information that helps people understand who you are, what you do, why you do it, all of those things, the administrative part of, investing in your business. And the hustle, as some people might call it. I don't really like the idea of the hustle, but it's important to some people. In fact, sometimes it's unavoidable in some part of your creative career. You're not going to get away with not having to hustle to find clients or opportunities. But sometimes you can get more creative than that. And that is where you can cut back on how much time you're investing. You get smarter. They say, work smarter, not harder. I think that's a smart investment move. But the key is always that you're looking for a return on your investment. So when you do spend time investing in yourself and your business, that you're getting something back out of it. Because if your end goal really is to make a sustainable career or an income doing what you love, you need to see that often financial outcome. So I consider that an investment. On the other hand, there's the other side of it. What are people doing on the other side of it? What's their viewpoint? A lot of people do feel like they are investing in the arts in general when they support an artist. So there's a mentality behind that. And it's super important that that mentality is there, but also it's got to be carefully crafted. If you're a for-profit business trying to make money as an artist, then it's nice to think that yes, there's a certain level of support, nonprofit-minded attitude, or a cultural growth model. That is something that people can feel really proud of, getting behind a cause. So let me just pull this back though and talk about investment as it comes to, or as it pertains to you and how you invest in your business. What are some of the things that you do outside of your creative craft that you invest in yourself? Now, some of the best things you can do are to invest in who you are and what you believe and how you operate. It's called personal development in so many areas, and it is one of the best ways you can invest in yourself, but it might not be obvious at first what the ROI is when you're working on yourself. In fact, it's really hard sometimes to understand how much growth you've seen in yourself over time. So it's good to keep track. So one of my tips for you to make sure that you're journaling about your experience in life and where you're at and the struggles you're having, so that 3 months down the road, when you've read a few books, you've had a mentorship, you've gone through a course or a program, you could say, wow, 3 months ago I didn't even know this, and I didn't know how to do this, and I've accomplished something. So that's one tip, is to track your progress, because that is an investment in you that you may not see the outcome as cash flow or some sort of clientele, but you might see the outcome as, I did a project that I was never able to do before because I educated myself and I surrounded myself with the right people and the right opportunities. That's an investment in you. And one of the ways you can invest in yourself is to show up where people are teaching the things you want to learn. And I would highly recommend Entrepreneur Summit, because it is 35 people who are working with or are working artists explaining the things that they did to succeed. That is one great way to just garner a bunch of guidance and help and support in a short weekend, 3 days, coming together and listening to this content, because people are sharing huge amounts of value. So invest in yourself by showing up to the Entrepreneur Summit. That's something I would love for you to do. Drop something in the comments if you're planning to come, and I'll try to drop another link for you to get a free pass for that. We also have the VIP opportunity for you to upgrade and get a little more out of it. And so that's something I'd love for you to also experience. Now, investing in yourself also can look like standing up for you and standing up for what you need and what you care about. So investing in yourself can look like setting the tone for relationships with clients and customers and people that you deal with. I know that sounds like maybe a weird twist, but I've found over many years of experiencing these things myself that if you don't invest in your boundaries, and if you don't invest in clarifying what it is you're wanting and what you need out of something, then people will take advantage, or the default will be they just don't care. And you need to speak up for yourself. So consider that a part of investing. And another thing is what do you have for, a budget for your time, and a budget financially for the things you need to take your business or career to the next level. That's another way to look at investment. I saved it for last because everybody knows this stuff. Everybody knows that, when you're asked to invest in something, it is often, pull out the credit card or the wallet and, throw down for a course, or, show up for this retreat weekend, or whatever that looks like. I think that's the easiest thing to do, is throw money at a problem. The hardest thing to do when investing in yourself is to take action and to carve out time for the hard work that it takes to work on you and your business, and put really so much effort into it. I think huge amounts of investment is about sweat equity, as they call it. It's really about putting in the time and putting in your effort in something in hopes that you're going to receive an outcome. So, third tip, sweat equity is totally okay, but longer if you don't find mentorship. This is why mentorship usually costs a decent bit of money, because those people have spent decades, just like me, looking at problems, solving them, and having the answers. So mentorship is often meant to take you from spending hours and hours of your time trying to figure it out for yourself to an end goal that you're seeking way faster. And another side benefit of having a mentor, a true mentor, someone who will sit by you and do the hard work and to point out to you where you're wrong, is that you get that interactive nature and you get the feedback and you get the creative mind of the person who's taking you through the process rather than just a course. Now, there's tons of courses out there. I have a few myself, but often it's better to be in a group of people who you can play off of and ask questions and get the benefit of their group knowledge as well. So I recommend masterminds as an investment, because masterminds bring together more than one mind to work on the problems you're all facing at the same time. And that is something I also do inside my Artpreneurs membership. And we have courses and all that content, but the best stuff, the best and most, like the biggest ROI, I'll call it, comes from doing the work together and coming through the process together. Because a lot of times we fail and we fall short on doing the work, right? Because it's just, it's not fun sometimes. It's fun with people. It's way more fun to have revelations and little epiphanies with people and to share that and have a community around it. So those are a few ways that you can invest in yourself. And when you're looking at how other people invest in you, it's not just always about buying what you have to offer. There are other ways to invest in you. They can spend time with you. They can teach you. They can mentor you. They can give you a leg up. And yeah, sometimes it really is about throwing money down and giving you some sort of investment. But yeah, it's just keep in mind that there's so many ways to invest in yourself. I think the most ROI for most creative careers or art businesses is going to come from learning the ropes from mentorship and finding the answers and the stories. And those things shorten the timeline for you to get where you want. So I'll suggest it one more time, that you join us for the Artpreneurs Summit next weekend. Grab your ticket, artpreneurs.com/summit, and join us for that event so that you can get some of that mentorship for completely free during that weekend. And if you want a bigger, better experience, we have the VIP options. So investment is probably not like the last conversation we're going to have about this. There's so much more to go into, but investment to me is, you're looking for a return on what you put in. And I think that can come in a lot of different ways. It's not just about money, but often money will show you that you've done something correct, because money follows problem solving. And so that's my thoughts for today. Hope you enjoyed this Thriving Thursday, and leave a comment for me what you want to hear about next. Let me know if you're coming to the summit. I will talk to you and maybe even see you soon.